What's up, everybody? Back with another gameplay video here. A couple things I want to talk about while you guys watch this. I've tried one thing. I've tried doing live commentary. It just doesn't work out. I don't know. I don't talk enough, and it doesn't work out the way I want it to. Second, this is two games actually. The first game, I made the kid quit in the first period, so I just put that together with another full game I played. Third, I want to talk about my team. Two things. First, I pretty much started over. What I did was I just sent all my cards and pucks and whatnot to a second account I have. It's like a silver account, whatever. And then I deleted my main account, and just sent them all back. I just wanted to do this mainly because I just wanted to have a clean record when I start off on YouTube and making videos and stuff. So just wanted to, I don't know, start fresh with a new team. I'm gonna be playing some kids that aren't that good to start, but I will play some decent kids, as I've played 3 games so far and I'm 2-0-1. So I did play a solid kid. Me and him went back and forth, ended up in a shootout that went like 8 or 9 rounds. So I'll play my fair share of good and bad kids, but hopefully being able to play lesser ranked kids, I'll be able to get in the playoffs, which I really want to have happen. I know I only got like a day or two, so hopefully if I can get up in the rank quick, I'll play a bunch of games, and hopefully I'll be able to get in the playoffs for you guys. But yeah, so all I did, I just sent the players off my team, sent them to a second account, deleted my main account, and sent all the players back and my pucks. That's really the only reason I have a second account. I think I did it once before. I did it earlier this year after I took a few months off of Ultimate Team. I don't know why. I just like starting fresh, so I don't know. It's easy to do. Just takes a little half hour or so. Um, anyway, so I'm 2-0 right now. So as you can see, I do have a new team. I don't know if you guys did notice it right away, but yeah, I'll talk about my team right now. I get my roster right here. So uh, first, kid's about to back out right there. That was a big snipe by Kessler. Anyway, so first line, I get Andy McDonald with Patrick Marleau and a Starluik Brendan Gallagher. McDonald's my captain. I've always had him usually on my team as a fourth liner, maybe a third liner, and he's always played solid for me. He never always put up a bunch of points, but he's always been solid, getting goals here and there. So I put him up on the first line. Feel like give him more playing time. He's a good player. He's got good stats. I got Patrick Marleau at center. Marleau is a left wing in the game, but his face-off rating is about an 85, so I put him at center because, he's fast and he can score at will. And then a right wing, got a Star League Brendan Gallagher. Despite being on the Canadians, Gallagher is, I, I guess you could say, one of my favorite players. I like him. He's fast. He gets under your skin, and in this game, his Star of the Week is really good. So I decided to get that. Um, I'll do offense first. Second line of offense at left wing, I get assistant captain Yari Curry. Curry is one of my favorite players in this game. I bought him a while ago, and he was at like 100,000 still, and absolutely tore it up with him. Love using him, so I got him back. I wanted to put him on the left wing for one-timers and better shot. Um, Center, I get Jason Spezza. Never used Spezza in this game. First time I've used him. Every time I played him, he's been really good, and I can't say he's been bad for him. He's been solid. Great shot, great hands, and can pass the puck. And right there, who just scored, Rene Bourque. He is my right wing on my second line. Really powerful guy. He's got speed. That's why I got him on there. He's pretty much a Lucic on the right wing, but faster. So that's why I grabbed Bourque. He was one of my first cards in NHL 11 I used. I pulled in a pack. I think it was like the first victory card I ever got. So I like using him from time to time. A huge snipe there by Kessler. I don't understand why. He's got an incredible wrist shot. So that brings me to my third line. Left wing, I got a star of the week, Corey Conacher, or Corey Conacher. I think it's Conacher. Um, really fast, solid in the left wing, can pass, can score. He's got an alright shot, but he's fast too, which helps. Center, I got Ryan Kessler, alternate captain, assistant captain, whatever. Uh, Great shot, as you've been able to see. He's just an all around great player in the game with awesome face-off rating. So he always comes in clutch when he face-off wins. And at right wing, I got Michael Grabner. Um, Never been too great with Grabner. At first, when I got him, I hated him, but I'm using him now more, and his speed helps out, and his hands are good enough to deke out a goalie or something. So he's solid, and he's perfect what I need in the third line. And then fourth line, I just got a Bruins line. I get Paille, Peverley, and Horton. Want to get Sagan on the right wing to recreate the line they had in the playoffs. Oh, I believe they had Kelly instead of Peverley. But Sagan's a center in this game, and if I want to change to a right wing, that's an extra like 7,000, so it's not worth it. I'll just go with Horton because I had one. And Horton's just as good, and I think I got him on one of my power plays too. So in defense now, I got first line of defense. I got a Stanley Cup, Paul Martin, and Mike Green. Paul Martin's incredible in this game. A Stanley Cup card. He's really fast, get a good shot, and his defense is incredible with checking. And Mike Green's one of the best defensemen I've used in this game. Just incredible offensively. That's what I was trying to say. Incredible offensively. So really comes in handy when I need to make a rush end to end or something like that. Second line, I guess Stanley Cup Seidenberg. Just like using the Bruins here, and Seidenberg in the first 3 games I played, I think he has 2 or 3 goals for me. So he's coming in clutch when I need him, and I don't know, didn't expect a scoring touch from him, but I'll take it. And then on right D, I got Brent Burns. He's just like a bigger Mike Green. Really good D-band. Then third line, I got Brian Campbell on left D and Johnny Boychuk, Stanley Cup on right D. Campbell, he's one of the best offensive defensemen in this game, like Green and Burns, in my opinion. Fast, great shot, can get back on D and play D when you need him to. And then on right D, I got Boychuk, because he's my favorite player in the NHL, so grabbed him. And finally, in net, I have Star of the Week, Antti Niemi. Not Star of the Week, sorry, Stanley Cup Antti Niemi, who's okay. At this game that you're watching right now, I think he lets in 1 goal on like 1 goal and 6 shots. Kid only gets 6 shots on me, and yeah, that goal they just scored could have been stopped easily. And Niemi's kind of screwed up there, but he's all right. He gets the job done. And then my backup, I got Kari Lehtinen, who's same thing, nothing special, but can get the job done and make the saves when you need him to. So that's the whole thing with my new team and whatnot. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be getting more videos, and I really, really am hoping I make the playoffs this year. I'm going to play a bunch of games tonight. I got my graduation party tomorrow, but that's still the 30th, so I still might have a chance. I think they start July 1st. I can't remember if they start right at the beginning of the month, which would make sense. But I'm really hoping I can make it so I can get a few videos in here for you. Otherwise, my trade day, that's the last thing, or another thing I want to talk to you about. My trade day, it came out pretty crappy. I had 1 trade offer for 4 different players, and ironically, I accepted, I believe, all of them. They were just all good offers. I didn't want to make a video, though, because, I don't know, just wouldn't have been a waste of a video for 2 minutes of me looking at cards. I wanted to make a longer one, so anyway, I mean, I suppose it's because I didn't have good cards up, but I got 65,000 pucks for the Yager. The Krejci I traded for, I think, 10,000 pucks. a untouched Marlowe, Star of the Week, Cody Hodgson, and a Stanley Cup Perron. And I sold all that, so I pretty much got 50,000 for the Krejci, which is solid. Marco Antilla, I got traded for 5,000 pucks. There was one up for 15, but I didn't think anyone was gonna bite on that, so just took 5,000 because they had the offer right in front of me. And who else? Dennis Weidman, Star of the Week. I traded for a Star of the Week Dan Hamhuis, and the Hamhuis I sold in like 10 minutes for 45,000, which was much more than I would have got for the Weidman because there were like 3 Weidman up for like 35. So despite only getting a few offers and despite not making a video, I'd say it was a successful trade day. I made over about 150,000 in profit off this stuff, so I was pretty excited about that. Let's see. So yeah, it's pretty much all you're gonna see in the next while is just gameplay videos. This is all I'm gonna do. Not gonna record all my games if I make the play like before the playoffs that I'm gonna play tonight. Might record a couple more, but you know I don't have I don't like doing videos without commentary because I feel like they are boring to watch. So I won't record all of them because I'm not gonna upload just blank videos of just the sound like you watching me play. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I could do it just for the hell of it, but I don't know. I might change my mind, but as of right now, I'm probably going to upload a couple of those, but not all of them. And finally, I just want to talk about the Bruins for the last few minutes of this. I don't know, some people may have heard, some others. As of today, reports are that Nathan Horton won't be returning to the Bruins. He will test out free agency, which I knew he'd test free agency, but to hear that he's unlikely to return is somewhat surprising, but not the end of the world, honestly. I don't mind losing Horton. We also, the Bruins also mentioned that are reported to be shopping Rich Peverley and Johnny Boychuk. Peverley is completely fine with me. I like him, good player, but he can go, no problem. He's been playing crappy at least this season, so no problem getting rid of him. Boychuk, on the other hand, I don't like. I really think we should keep Boychuk, especially with the third piece of news I was going to just to tell you that Andrew Ference will not be returning to the Bruins. We will not renew his contract. So with Ference leaving, I don't understand why we want to keep Boychuk. Even for a veteran presence to have there, he's still only 28, so I don't even know what to call him a veteran. But to keep him there, I mean, in my opinion, he's much better than Adam McQuaid. McQuaid's a tough guy, and he's a Bruins player. That's what he is. He's a tough guy. He can play enough, but I would rather have Boychuk out there. I don't know why we wouldn't try keeping him. I know we got the young guys on D, but if we take Krug, Hamilton, and Barkowski in the lineup, then we have Chara, Seiderberg, and McQuaid, and that's it. So I mean, it's not the worst thing to get rid of Boychuk, but I mean, I really don't want to play because he's my favorite player for one, but I feel like we should just keep him just to have him. I mean, he's going to want a good amount of money, but you could start him over Boychuk, and I start him over McQuaid, and I feel like that'd be much better for the team. That's just my opinion. I don't know if there are any other Bruins fans who would give their opinion, but that's just my opinion. And the last bit of news I have, which really interests me, is that the Bruins are shopping Tyler Seguin for a potential top 10 pick this year in this year's draft, which is tomorrow. Seguin could go tonight, I guess, if they really strike a deal with somebody. Hopefully, it would be a top 5 pick. I wouldn't want anything lower than that for him because I know the top 5 of the draft is incredible, but the rest is so-so. Um, Plus, Peter Chiarelli is really bad at making draft picks. He hasn't really drafted anyone good. The last good draft the Bruins had, they took Lucic, they took Marchand, someone else they grabbed in that draft that's still on the team, but that was the year before Chiarelli came in. So, I mean, he had a top 8. He had the 8th pick in the draft. I think the next year he took Zach Hamill. Um, that whole draft blew up. He hasn't really drafted anyone good yet that has shown up. Um, I mean, he's got a couple guys he's drafted like Coco, Alex Koklichev, Ryan Spooner, Jared Knight, who I mean, he drafted Dougie, which you could give him credit for that, but nothing stellar compared to the. I mean, the Lucic draft. We had there's a third player I just can't think of who it is, but to get Lucic and Marchand in the same draft, that's our core right there on offense. So, I mean, hopefully we can get a high pick for Sagan. Because in my opinion, Sagan he's going to be a great player in this league, but he's just on the wrong team. Boston isn't a team to have one guy just go out and get all the points. Usually, at least in most recent years, it has been spread out among the whole team. So I would imagine that's the way it's going to stay, as long as Claude Julien's the coach at least. But the Bruins just have a different style of play than everybody else. So I don't expect that to change. Sagan could go play. He's following the same steps as Kessel did, as Blake Wheeler and Joe Thornton. How they were just different types of players for the Bruins. They weren't Bruins players. I mean, if you recall, like the '70s and '80s Bruins, the grinding Bruins, they'll hit you. They'll come out with a bunch of goons. They'll take you out of the game and then maybe score some goals rather than have all the flashy plays. And that seems to have stuck. I mean, having Lucic, Horton, McQuaid, like I said, Ferentz, Boychuk, Seidenberg, Thornton, like it's just a bunch of like tough guys who will fight you if you really want them to. And we don't have a lot of scoring or top guys like Bergeron. You're not gonna see him with a point per game in a year. Marchand isn't gonna. Krejci not going to. So, I mean, I think you guys get my point. But I've been saying this year. A lot of people in Boston have been saying that if Sagan doesn't step up next year, then I won't be surprised to see him gone. And I don't think they want to wait till next year if they can get a nice pick in this draft and take it. I would imagine they'd trade Sagan. They get at least a pick this year and definitely a solid player. I would hope we get a solid player in return because we need someone to step and play right wing over Horton and Sagan, because Sagan was going to presumably move up to the first line unless we sign somebody. But I would imagine we get a top pick this year and a solid player who could play first or second line for us. Um, I really can't think of anyone off the top of my head who has a high pick. I mean, I don't know. Columbus isn't up there. First pick, they got Colorado and Florida. Now, I doubt, no way we can get the first pick in the draft, but I know Stastny has been mentioned about getting traded to the Bruins at least last year. So Stastny could be a target. We want to get the first pick for Sagan unless we add in a lot. Let's trade Sagan, probably our first rounders the next 2 years, and then for their number 1 pick and Stastny. Still don't think that'll happen, but I know Stastny's been mentioned. Florida's got the second pick. No idea what we could do there. Tampa Bay, I mean, they just bought out LeCavalier, which would have probably, if they wanted to trade him, that trade probably could have worked out. A Sagan, maybe a pick or something for the third pick and Vinny LeCavalier, so they could dump his salary, bring in a smaller salary by a little. It's not too much smaller, but a better prospect and someone who's like as in Sagan and someone who's going to turn into something to play alongside Stamkos. Um, Otherwise, I think Nashville's got the 4th pick. Don't really see anyone off Nashville Boston would take, at least offensively. They don't really have that strong of an offense. Um, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's going to be definitely an interesting offseason for the Boston Bruins. I can say that. So video is coming to an end. Like I said, I'm going to upload a few more gameplay videos over the next couple days, and hopefully I'll make the playoffs, so I'll have some more to upload. So thanks for watching, guys.